What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and this is a long overdue Ultrazilla Live celebrating 15K subscribers here on the channel. And like I've said, since the summertime, we're going to be giving away a HIYA Kong. Now, little disclaimer here. I am streaming this one through StreamYard, which I haven't used in forever. See the little StreamYard little duck up there? So there was like things on the side, like these old intros that I used to have that I decided to play. Why not? You know, in the lead up. Another thing, I am actually using my old computer for the first time in a long time. And I hope everything turns out okay, because even though it came back to life, like there was a few issues as I got ready today to do this on here. So I have a backup on my phone of StreamYard running as well. So if we totally conk out on one side, then I will jump on the other, and hopefully without any sort of weird breaks. So, like I said, 15K. It took a little while, honestly, to get here, but we're here. You know, we made it. We crawled and we pushed and we, you know, we were like the little engine that could, but we did it. We made it across the threshold. And then, of course, instantly somebody unsubscribed, because that's how people are, right? But luckily we went over and we kept going over. So we're good. We're good. So thank you to everyone who is stopping by. I really appreciate everyone dropping in, like Philip here and Luke. Thank you. Nathan, still here with us. And this, let me see. I can't get to the top here. Okay, Joe, who you know, messaged much earlier. Thank you, Joe, and Justin, who did as well. Come on, stay on the screen. And here's Joe. There you go. David, thank you. Eric, isn't it late? Thank you for stopping by, Eric. I really appreciate it. Philip, we saw. Luke, we saw. That was the first two that was up on my screen. Ghost, regular of the live streams. Man, I was looking back, because, like I said, I haven't used StreamYard in a while, and I was looking, and it kept my library of stuff that I did, even though it's already on YouTube. Honestly, I actually had to get rid of it for it to make sure this was recorded, but I haven't used this in so long it didn't really matter. Super Mario Zilla. Vinny, heyo, what's up, man? Thank you. Good. That's good to hear. You know, the good thing about using my old setup is, like, I could use my old webcam as well, which was pretty decent towards the end of doing these live streams. Of course, then I couldn't do live stream much anymore. Thank you, Evolved King. Okay, Nathan. Yeah, we saw Nathan. And Super Mario, thank you. Let's see. Ghost, I'm not sure if it helped, but, you know, like, we keep the engagement going, and I do appreciate it. Garzilla, hey, congratulations. Thank you, sir. I hope you are doing well, folks. Everyone, wish Gar well. He, you know, he's been out of commission for a little while. I don't want to get into anything, but, like, I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad you're home, man. So good to see you here. Thank you, Nathan. Crashman, thank you. Look, I mean, you know, I've come a long way. Yeah, things. I've definitely developed as a YouTube presence. I feel like it's just one of those things where, you know, I just kind of, I'm consistent with what I do, and I feel like the more I do it, the better it's going to be. And I appreciate that. And, you know, like, look, there's YouTubers that have started after me and like pole vaulted way ahead of me, and I can't do much about that. You know, like people latch onto what folks do. You know, there's a lot of ways to go about this, but I kind of stayed true to what I've done. Whether or not it's been popular, I've still kept going, and you know, folks have latched on. You know, be it slower, but they have, and that's very, very cool, for sure. Thank you, Mecha Kongzilla. Fred Bear, you appreciate the variety on this channel. Thank you. Mostly here for the kaiju stuff, though. I get it. I get it. You know, like my name is Ultrazilla. Folks are gonna be here for, you know, mostly that type of stuff. But I thank you for saying that you appreciate it. Like, that's the thing that like keeps me going. There's no way I could do daily content and not feature like everything that I'm into. And you know, you guys heard me talk about this so many times. It's just I'm into a lot of stuff. Like I've been a collector for a long time. I've been a pop culture nerd for a long time. So it's like, you know, of course I'm going to feature the stuff I love. And I feel like I wish more folks, more YouTubers would do that. It's better. It's not only better for the YouTuber, it's better for you guys that watch this stuff, just to see the different things that we are into. Yeah, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't, you know, steer my channel one way or another. Yes, I do a lot of kaiju. I put it up front because it's the stuff that folks respond to the most. Of course, I'm gonna, you know, put a lot of that on there, but there's gonna be a lot of other stuff always. Like, you guys know I'm a huge Transformers fan. I'm not gonna not review Transformers stuff. Tomorrow night is gonna be an awesome, huge Transformers review. It is Dino King from Transformers Victory. I finished the recording of it today, and I'm excited to get that to you guys. I hope you enjoy it. It's definitely a really cool figure. And then we got a giant Mothra to do. You might have seen my Instagram. And then the DST Lord of the Rings stuff continues here, because that is stuff that I love as well. You know, like, not the specific line because I'm just getting into the line, but Lord of the Rings. I've loved Lord of the Rings since I was a little kid. Like, I loved the Hobbit cartoon when I was a kid. I loved the Lord of the Rings stuff. So it's fun to finally do some stuff like that. And Ultrazilla Jr. is into Lord of the Rings now. So yeah, the fact that, you know, I have this great relationship with like DST, and they were able to send me stuff to review, it's a lot of fun for me. So yeah. Garzilla, I'm glad I was able to come back home and get better and get to be a part of this milestone. Hey man, we're really happy to have you here. Let's just start. Yeah, this is just, I hear you, man. Let's get it there. Let's get to 20K. Thank you, Team ROG. That's right. We got a little Gold Godzilla with us because it's a milestone, right? Thank you, Ash. Very cool. We're big fans of yours here at Casa Ultrazilla. Ash Ketchum, welcome. Lady Draco, thank you so much. I hear you. I hear you. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. Not the giveaway, but what you have to do. So, give me a second. I just want to get through this. Variety is amazing. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the kind of it. I was on Facebook. Glad you liked it. Now, kaiju number 9 is out right now in Japan. I have not been able to get it. You guys have, if you watched my last 2 Vlogzillas, you guys know I'm a little bit on a crunch right now with what I'm getting. But kaiju number 9 is like high up on the list to get. It's just I haven't had a chance to get it yet. You know, I cut like pretty much every pre-order except the few that I actually couldn't. But I cut like almost everything. And unfortunately, the kaiju number 8 stuff was stuff I cut, but I am going to get them. It's just a little bit at a time. Little bit, you know. I just can't get everything all at once when they drop. It's just got to be, okay, this money came in, I paid for this, good. let me get one thing here off my list. So, but I've cut down my list. Like I've made sure, you know, my list is not super deep right now. It's just, okay, what do I need? Like the Kaiju #8 stuff. Yeah, I gotta get, you know, Kaiju #9, and I gotta get the next 2 releases because that series is so good, and I love Kaiju #8, and I love the figures so far. And right now they're high on my list of best of the year. Thank you, Vinny. Great seeing you at NYCC. I was only there 2.5 hours, and I ran into Vinny and his lovely girlfriend, as well as Heisenberg, all at the same time. We weren't planning to meet, but we all met, and that was very, very cool. So cool to walk around a bit together. Steve, welcome, and thank you so much. Thank you, Justin. That's very nice of you to say. It's really good to do this on StreamYard, isn't it? Oh man, like the last couple of, the last few, since I lost this computer that I did just like off YouTube, just wasn't the same. StreamYard's so much better, and even like the free version is pretty good. I know I might have skipped one thing that Ghost said, and I want to try to catch as much as possible. Great year. Kamen Rider Gav is one of the best rider series since Geeks and Akiva. I haven't watched it, but if anybody likes Kamen Rider, let us know. Okay, what do I think of Shima Evolved and Shima Godzilla 54 repaint for this 70th anniversary? Now, you guys know I saw them in person at NYCC. I loved how Godzilla Evolved looked. I think it looked really good. And for 54, I thought it looked awesome too. It is one of the figures I canceled, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. Maybe when it comes, it's not a priority. Like, absolutely not a priority, but maybe I'll pick it up from like Muteki sales sometime down the line. We'll see. Like that might be something I do. I'm just not in a rush to get the 70th anniversary. It's just a repaint, and you guys know I've said I'm kind of gonna like skip out on a lot of the repaints. Now, Godzilla Evolved is an interesting case. I do have a pre-order here, a US pre-order, but I was always planning to get it from Japan. I just kept missing it. Like, I didn't pre-order it from, Bandai Premium itself because I didn't want to use Zen Market and all that. But I've been getting stuff from Hobby Genki, and I missed a couple of times they had it up. And I'm really pissed about that, and I've been waiting for them to get it again, and I missed it on Mandarake just this morning. So that is something I kind of earmarked as something I need to get as soon as possible, but I just haven't had a chance to get it. So we'll see. Oh, look at that. You used to play Card 8 with Vinny. Wow. That is amazing. So anyway, Ash brings me up to saying this. I want to say this about Kong Skull Island. If you want this figure, I will ship it to you free in the US. If you are an international subscriber, I will have to ask that you cover the shipping costs if you want it. My apologies. It's just too expensive to ship internationally. But I will get you that price. But the figure obviously is free. It is a gift, and I thank everyone. Now, if you want this, I had a phrase I was going to have you guys type in the chat. But if you want to be part of the Kong Skull Island, just write Kong yes. Okay? You got it? Kong yes. If you want this, type it in the chat. All right? Maybe I will add that to my banner here so folks will know what to do. Type Kong yes in the chat to be entered. All right, that should be good. There we go. If that makes sense. All right. Oh, okay. We got a lot of people that want it. Very cool. What I am going to be doing is I'm going to be putting this in a little one of those wheels in a few. And if not here, it'll be, like I said, if something happens here, I have everybody in the chat saying that they want it. So that's pretty cool. Gar recently received a 7-inch McFarlane Batman 66, and it's awesome. That is pretty cool. This con was pretty cool. There was things about it that I didn't like, but things about it I liked. So yeah. So Ghost has talked about a few things that he's watched, and there was like a bunch of other like this, besides like Kaiju number 8 that ended. I know last time I had a live stream, I talked about Bang Bravern and Big Bang Bravern, Brave Bang Bravern. I started watching that, which is I started watching on Crunchyroll, and it's pretty cool. Like I finished it recently, and I honestly liked it on a whole. I didn't think it was gonna be the best. From when I started, I wasn't too sure if it was gonna be something I was gonna love, but I pretty much really loved it by the end. I liked where they went. There was some interesting twists and turns. It's a really great super robot show, which is funny because I thought it was like, when I was watching the first few episodes, I was like, is this supposed to be like a parody of super robots the way it was? But then I got it. I understood what they were going for, and it's definitely not. It's definitely really cool. And I do plan on getting a Bravern figure down the line, which could be very awesome. Let's see here, Wheel of Names. Start getting some names in here. So you guys let me know. And I also started watching, for the new stuff this season, Dan to Dan, which is awesome. I absolutely love it. So Dan to Dan is fantastic. So if you like, let's say, FLCL, or what else can I compare it to? That's a really good comparison, I think. But if you like UFO stuff and ghost stuff and just quirky anime, that is amazing. So definitely recommend it. There is 2 figure arts coming of the 2 main characters, Okarun and Momo. They are coming out, I guess, early next year. So that was pretty cool. Am I getting the new Kong game, the Monsterverse one? I am not. I don't have any plans to get it. It just, I don't know. Like, it doesn't look that great. I'm not into it. So, Am I watching Ultraman Arc? We started watching it, and I think we started talking about that too last live stream over the summer. And we stopped watching it for whatever reason. I don't know. I know I didn't like the first couple of episodes, but then it got a little better. I think we watched like 4 or 5 episodes. Hey, Ultrazilla Jr., how many episodes of Ultraman Arc did we watch? Ultrazilla Jr. thinks like 5. So I don't know. It wasn't, I don't know. You think it was a parody, Bravern? Yes, I know. You said Brave Burn. I don't know if it's a parody. Like, I think they were just going for a different thing there. You just got that McFarlane Build-A-Figure bat figure. It's the size of a real bat. It sucks that stuck to a flying pose, but I didn't even know they were doing that. That is wild. That's pretty cool. Hello, Charizard puppy. What are some other things you guys are all watching and stuff? So let me know about that. Ash and Super Mario Zilla are reconnecting. This is fantastic. Dan to Dan is really good art. It's one of the best shows this season, next to a Blue Box and Blue Lock. I haven't watched any of those, but Dan to Dan is absolutely fantastic. And the manga is really awesome, too. It's just like, as an artist, it's just very inspiring to take a look at. So it's very, very cool. I haven't watched it yet, sadly, but then on Legend of Vox Machina. That's cool. I haven't seen it. Have I started working on my 24 top 10? Well, you guys know, like, my tops of the year is always, you know, the amount of years it is. So it's 24 of 24. I have started, what was it? My last organizing, I gave like a little preview of the stuff I'm putting on the side that might make it. There's a lot of cool figures there. Of course, this like later half in the year, it is not as much. There's supposed to be a ton that I was supposed to get, but there's not as much coming. So there's a few pieces still, like that Godzilla Evolved. Scar King is coming out this year, but that thing is going to have to really impress me, the SH Monster Scar King, for me to put it, because that was, of the figures I saw at NYCC, that one was I was still a little bit like, it looks good, but it's not like blowing me away. But then again, the character of Scar King doesn't really blow me away at all. So it's one of those, we'll see. So that I'm definitely getting, because that was already paid for. Shimo was already paid for, but I can't remember if that's coming out in December or January. Now, I loved how Shimo looked in person. I know Super Mario Zilla, who's here, did not like it in person. I thought it looked absolutely fantastic, honestly. And as a figure, it just, like, it was huge and tremendous, and to me, it just was the thing that popped the most in that whole figure case of Bandai. But I'm looking forward to that, whether it comes out this year or next year. Again, I can't recall. But hopefully if it comes out this year, I'll get it in time, because that would probably rank it. As long as it holds up and it looks the way it did at NYCC, I'm personally going to love it. So there's things. Studio Series, Optimus Prime from the 86 movie is something that I canceled, that I didn't want to cancel, but I had to cancel everything at that moment. Because that was about to drop and I was about to get it. And now I'm kind of backed up on it because the next round of pre-orders aren't till sometime next month. So hopefully I'll be able to get it then. But that was big on my list of stuff that I think might be one of my top favorite things this year, just because I'm such a huge Optimus Prime fan. Now that Omega Prime doesn't, from HasLab, doesn't come out till next year. So, Guardian Robots, congrats on 15K. Great finally meeting you at NYCC. We met at NYCC? Guardian Robot. Refresh me where we met. I'm like drawing a blank right now, because the time I was there, it was like so insane. But thank you so much. Garzil says, I'm looking at and planning on that new Gundam Universe Red Frame Ashtray that's due next month. Looks really cool. I really can't remember what that one looks like. But yeah, am I gonna see Venom 3? You know what? I have not watched any of the Venom movies. We started watching the first Venom movie a little while back, but didn't get through. We were kind of bored. We'll see. What was your first ever Godzilla figure? That was a rubber figure that came out in the I'm showing my age, and in the late 70s. It was a rubber figure. I forget who made it. That was the first Godzilla figure I recall, and then the big Shogun Godzilla were the two that I remember being, in my house. There was also this little wind-up Godzilla that had little sparks that came out, but I feel like that was a little bit later. And of course, the Imperial Godzilla I had in multiple forms as well in the early 80s. Ash just saw Gargoyles for the first time last week. It is such a great show. I don't think I've had Ultrazilla Jr. watch that yet. We should watch it. Wish the people at Legendary would make a game like Save the Earth. Man, I hear you. We need some good Godzilla games out there for sure. What is my favorite MonsterVerse HIYA Toys figure so far? And that is very easy for me personally because it was my best of the year 2 years ago. And that is their first Godzilla in the line. Not the stylish stuff, but the first Godzilla they produced. Yeah, if some folks didn't like the net thing or whatever, I still swear to this day that that is the best figure feel-wise and looks-wise that they produced. You know, like I know a lot of folks will differ with me on that. And right now, because of the way that HIYA releases figures here in the States, I don't know if I'm going to be getting anything else. One of the figures I canceled was a figure I was about to get, and that was Muto. And that's unfortunate because now it's like impossible to get. So I don't know. That's another one that there's another pre-order at Entertainment Nerd for November. Maybe I'll get it. I do get credit there, so we'll see how it goes. I was thinking maybe that one was going to do it because it looks so good. But for me, personally, it's still the first HIYA toys. I just haven't been, and I'll be honest, like as enamored as other folks have with that line overall. Like there's some things in there that I really liked and some things that I was just like, it could be better, you know, like, I don't know. So it is what it is. That's cool. You can watching The Boys with the boyfriend. I haven't watched any of The Boys. I read the comic, like some of the comic, not even too much of the comic, but you know. Joe watching The Penguin. I haven't seen it. Way better than Agatha. I don't know. We love Agatha here. We are huge, huge fans. That is appointment of viewing for us. We've loved Agatha. We loved WandaVision, so we were really looking forward to Agatha, and it has not disappointed. Dare I say, I think we like Agatha more than we did WandaVision. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. I really like it. I think it's great. Currently rewatching some Universal Studios monster movies. That's awesome. Universal Studios is fantastic. The old stuff I grew up with. Godzilla, I know, is a huge, huge fan of Universal Monsters stuff as well. I'm sure we have a lot of fans here because whenever I've done any Universal Studios stuff, Monsters, like, it's done pretty well on the channel. Show my poster color version and Spitfire. I am not in the studio, so I can't show anything. Been watching any horror for Halloween? Not really. Here's the thing, we're not like a huge, like the old classic stuff I want to see. But my wife isn't into horror, and Ultrazilla Jr. is not really into horror. I would say Dan to Dan is about the like scariest thing, or WandaVision is about the scariest thing we're watching right now. I do like to watch certain things around this time, but we'll see if we get to it. Just finished watching Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman just before the stream, so that is awesome though. See, that's classic. That's very, very classic. Just started watching the new Terminator anime. See, I was about to start watching that, but then I decided to cancel Netflix. So till the end of the year, I'm going to cancel Netflix, get it back for Monday Night Raw starting in January there. Ghost is watching Gav, Blue Box, Blue Lock, Kamen Kiva, Ultraman Arc, Uzumaki, ReZero, and Shangri-La Frontier. Uzumaki is the Ito, right? Junji Ito? That's pretty cool. Top 24. I just don't know how you can narrow it down to just 24. Hey, look, it's easier to do a big list than it is to do a top 10. Like that's where people struggle. I think that's the real struggle. But I like the big chunky videos, and it's been my thing here since 2015. Since I did it on Facebook only, when I only had the Facebook page. At the end of 2015, I did a 2015. On the Facebook 2015 to 2015, and then when I came to Facebook, to YouTube in 2016, I was just like, I gotta continue that. I really like that concept, and I've done it ever since, and it just works for me. It's just fun. I mean, as it stands right now, on the list of stuff that I thought were really good this year, I have over 30 figures, so I already would have to cut it down by probably 10 at least. I think at last count there was like 34 things up there. And I think this Dino King has to go on there as well, that I reviewed because I really liked it. My first figure was the Light Up Smoke Walking Godzilla. The one that came out this year? That's pretty cool. Welcome to Godzilla Collecting if you're new. That's pretty awesome. Sometime this week, David plans to watch the new Gundam series on Netflix. Is that the one that's kind of like 3D animated? Hello, Gojira Reviews. Folks, I'm really happy to see a lot of folks here. This is very, very cool, and I really do appreciate it. Mecha Kongzilla recently got Playmates Tiamat. I liked Tiamat, but it fell apart too easily. Super 7 Ultimates Oogie Boogie. That's awesome. Very cool. And SH Monster Arts Godzilla 64 for a great deal. That is, at this point, getting to 64 for that price, 2 thumbs up to you. That was very awesome. Giga Bash is pretty decent for kaiju battles. I haven't played Giga Bash. 2024 is almost over. What figure are you looking forward to getting this year? Well, like I said, definitely the Optimus Prime. Definitely Kaiju number 9, hopefully. If Shimo comes out this year, yeah. Again, with the HIYA stuff, don't know what's actually going to drop this year. Like, I don't want to import that stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Well, I can't remember what else. You know what else I would is on my list of stuff that I would really like to get, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen, is the Super 7 Super Cyborg Voltron. That was like high on my list of things that I was like, I thought I was going to really, really like and be on my best of the year, so we'll see. You should definitely watch the Venom movies. Do you remember where you stopped watching? It was very early on, so yeah. Very, very early on. That's okay. All Super 7 -1 orders were canceled yesterday by Amazon. Even what? Huh. That's interesting. I didn't hear about that. Very interesting. Favorite Jurassic Park World Dino if I have one. I like the Therizinosaurus. I think that one's very cool with the big claws. And, you know, the classic T-Rex. No, come on. Agatha is anything but boring. My 10-year-old likes it. It can't be boring. Thing was really good. Agatha took me a while to like it. It does get better later on. I cannot say what I haven't watched enough Pokemon to say what is my favorite. I've watched bits and pieces of it, but not enough. Watched Son of Dracula earlier today. That is excellent, Eric. Eric, did you, I don't know where you are in the UK. Did you go to MCM London? A lot of great reveals there this weekend from Hasbro. Watch Stephen King's Silver Bullet, a good movie. Do you still like Godzilla 64, the movie? Or the figure? The movie, yes. The figure, yes. I still like it. Cool. Thank you. Yep, by Ito. Very cool. That's what I heard. I heard the animation wasn't as good. So I teach, um, and one of my students was. We were talking. I teach like in the comics field, and one of my students was actually talking about how the animation dropped after episode 2 on that. So yeah, watching a bunch of animated DC movies for the first time, Batman Beyond and Massive Phantasm, great movies. Did you guys see Batman Ninja is getting a sequel? There's a trailer out, which is pretty cool. I loved Batman Ninja. Which Godzilla design is my all-time favorite? The 74 is my favorite. This is why I cannot wait for the 3-0 Robo Kaiju Do, which is dropping on October 31st for pre-order. It's going to be like 160 something. But yeah, that's a definite must get. Very first Godzilla was the Godzilla Attacks New York playset from Trendmasters. Trendmasters did a lot of awesome stuff. If you saw my Ultrazilla news yesterday, weird on a Saturday, but it's fine. So we could do this tonight. So I was able to watch the Yankees lose 2 nights in a row. Oh, God. But anyway, speaking of New York, the playsets, did you see that like awesome, like high-end playset that's kind of modeled off of those Trendmasters? It's pretty cool. Check out my Ultrazilla news. If not, I don't know. Mewtwo Strikes Back, was that a movie? Yeah, I think that was pretty good. You weren't able to make it, Eric, to the MCM London. I actually would love to go to that. That's, you know, I don't know, man. That would be awesome to go to. Just started watching Castlevania series. I watched the first season. I thought it was pretty decent. You know, like, I didn't love it, but I thought it was decent enough. Batman Ninja. I liked Batman Ninja. It was pretty cool. Let's see. The Spinosaurus is pretty good. Right? How awesome are those things? Yeah, I'm blown away. Your first Godzilla was NECA Godzilla 2014, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I used to work in Roslyn actually, a while back. Yeah, that was rough after the run that the Mets had. I'm a Yankee fan all my life, but like I've never not like rooted for the Mets when they weren't playing the Yankees, of course. So that was rough. But I gotta say, like, as much as I felt bad for the Mets not making it, as a New Yorker, like I felt like Yankees Dodgers was such a classic series to see that the last time it happened, I was like a child and I didn't really know anything about it. Like my consciousness of baseball starts right after that series. So like I don't remember anything, from that far back. So it's like when Dave Righetti was pitching, that's when I started watching it. Castlevania Season 2, it gets really good. That's funny. So I need to get all these names. My favorite Heisei movie is oddly now Space Godzilla. It wasn't for a long time, but it became that. So let's see if I could grab some names here. Well, this is not going to be easy. Some little text here. So let me talk. You guys keep commenting, but I gotta put all these names together. So let me, while I'm doing that, so you're not just like watching me do nothing. So things coming up this week are the Dino King review, which I'm really excited about. It came out. I think it's gonna be cool. And then we have the Mothra, which I didn't expect to find. I haven't, I was just like, wow, look, it's giant Mothra here, and it does look pretty decent from what I see. And then I have 2 reviews for those Lord of the Rings. So Series 5, which is Boromir and Lurtz, which is one of the Uruk-hai, and then Merry and Pippin. And then after that, I have a Organizing Ultrazilla's Toys that is started, which I got to get done this week because it's a little bit of a mess around me, and I need it because it is one where I'm like kind of redoing my shelves that hold all of like my backlog stuff. So, as you guys know, the backlog is helping me right now, keep me reviewing stuff because I can't get everything that's dropping all at once right now. So, but yeah, backlog, there's some interesting things in the backlog that I definitely cannot wait to finally put in front of my camera. So that should be fun. So everyone, I know I'm like kind of rambling right now as I'm doing this. However, as I'm compiling names for the giveaway, if you are not here at the end, which is we're getting to, then I must move on to the next person. The giveaway has to happen here, so I will wait like a minute or so, and then we have to move on to the next person. So maybe just make sure. I think I have. And like I said, please, as it says on the scrolling, if you want to be part of the HIYA Kong giveaway, there it is again, make sure to write in the chat Kong yes. Okay. Otherwise, I can't actually include you. King. Let's see, where am I? I think I got everybody that said it. So I'm just gonna go down, down, down. Let's see. You guys let me know while I'm doing this. Let me know what is your favorite things that you've bought this year. It doesn't have to be something that came out this year. Just your favorite toy that you picked up this year. Let us know down below. And Ash asked a lot of questions here, but I'm not going to flip them all on. Favorite Mecha G? Godzilla 75. We almost had Subway Series, yeah. Do I go bowling? I used to go bowling. Favorite Heisei movie I named. Gojira Source reviews. Most underrated kaiju Manda. Love Manda. Then, okay, so back over here. I have to say most of my Godzillas, my Godzilla 68. Shima is just about my favorite, and I believe it's my first Shima, but most are pretty awesome. Okay, Ash loves Godzilla. Space Godzilla as well. What would I like to see added to the movie monster series? That's a good question. Manda? The Shroud Monsters Manda we haven't gotten. I do have a YMSF version of it, so that's cool, but I love Manda. I love Manda from the Shroud Monsters. I love the sound. It's just like so goofy, but I really like it. Any Godzilla movie you liked more when you watched it with your son later on? Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. I watched that a bunch on my own. Didn't really love it, but then when Ultrazilla Jr. Started watching Godzilla movies, that was like his favorite movie. He watched it all the time. He like he wore out the DVD, the Blu-ray, whatever it was. But it made me love it. So yeah, Final Wars as well is one of those things that I liked later on. Personal favorite, how do I say? Wait. Fancy favorite is Super Mecha Godzilla. Yeah, Super Mecha Godzilla is pretty awesome. In my opinion, what is on the SH Monster Arts Godzilla Evolve? What is your opinion? Oh, I said it. It looks good. I mean, I saw it in person just last week at NYCC. That's the actual version of it. That's the actual thing, and it looks good. I mean, it looks good. I wish I could get my hands on it sooner than later, but we'll see. There's gonna be other reviewers, and I'm sure are gonna have it, ahead of me that, pre-ordered it properly from Japan. So, I'll get it when I get it. I'll review when I review it. But personally, I think it looks good. The pics I've seen out of Japan haven't really changed my opinion. So, it is what it is. One of my first Godzilla I got for my own money was a NECA Godzilla NES. You know what? I think that NECA NES Godzilla was my first NECA Godzilla, actually, too. So, okay. Since Godzilla 74 is your favorite version of Godzilla, do you know if the Hero Godzilla suit was changed at all for 75 film? Yes, it was. The whole mouth was changed. So if you watch it, you can see he's got, and his eyes were like pointed downwards a little more. He's meaner in 70. He's the meanest. So the 73, he's super friendly. 74, they tweaked him a bit. He's a little bit more mean, but he still has that real hero look. And then in 75, he's just pissed. He just looks pissed. He's a pissed version of that. So, I love all three of those, 73 to 75. The fact that 3-0 starting out their line with that is incredible, and I'm really, really happy to hear it. When are we getting an SH Monster of that, though? Like, come on. Seriously. Love the backlog reviews. Me too, because I get to finally tackle some of them. I've been able to tackle a few this year, like at certain points, just recently. And then I did get a few new things in that had to tackle. But it's good to get backlog stuff done. It clears some of the shelves. And as you're going to see, I'm kind of redoing some of those shelves right now in my organizing. Though there was a little gap there, so it's going to be funny getting back there. But that always happens. Okay, so going down here. Gojirosaurus Reviews wants to be in on the giveaway. Sure thing. I'm literally just copying this stuff. I don't have it. I don't have another good way to do this right now. Got you, Gojirosaurus. Got you right now. Joseph, yes, you're in there. Luquette's, I caved in and got the poster version 2019 figure from SH Monster Arts. Easily my favorite, despite an eye issue. The poster version was pretty cool too. These are favorites of the year. I don't know how far back I am. I apologize. I had to copy all that stuff. Transmetal Megatron 2 was awesome. That came out last year, I believe, but that was really, really nice. There's a few awesome Transformers pieces that are like high on my list this year, including Magmatron. That might be my highest figures so far of Transformer stuff. Is it the highest overall? You're gonna have to wait for my best of. But if you guys have known my best of the years, the Transformers, the really good Transformers stuff, usually makes it pretty high on my list. As does anything like Voltron, if it's awesome. And so far, the only new Voltron thing that I got this year, well, there was a couple. There was the Action Toys Vehicle Voltron, which is okay. I don't think it makes my list at all. It didn't make my initial list. The Little People Voltron is absolutely incredible, even though it's just cardboard. It's just, oh my god, I love it. But that's why I really want the Super 7 one. Favorite thing to bought this year was Godzilla Jr. I love that little figure. It's so cool. Toss up between Armada Prime and 86 Ultra Magnus. So you know, Eric, those were, I know you guys in the UK got it later, but two of my favorite things of last year. Armada Prime was #1 on my list for good reason. It's, I mean, you obviously know now, right? It's so awesome. Joe's favorite thing for me this year be the Batman Forever McFarlane figures. I need to get on the way from BBTS my pile. Well, how do you know? How do you know it's your favorite if you didn't get it yet? You never know. Favorite for Lady Draco was the HIYA Heat Ray Godzilla, the painted one. Cool. I think I didn't like that one. Was that the one I didn't like? I can't remember. But obviously, to everybody, their copies are going to be different. My copy was just terrible. Ultrazilla, have I been to Ohio? I have been to Ohio many times, actually, because I used to go to a comic convention there called Space. I've also been to Cleveland. One was in Columbus. I've been to Cleveland before, so. Zilla getting is by OG God followers. It is. It is. You can't wear out a Blu-ray, then it was a DVD. But trust me, we can wear things out here. My favorite thing I bought this year for Ghosts was the Figure Arts Chainsaw Man. Now, it's funny, I didn't get that because we've talked about Chainsaw Man, but I haven't really watched it. But I did get the Anime Heroes, and that's on my best of the year list. I really like it. It's still fantastic. Last toy I bought was a Funko Pop Mecha Godzilla 2021, which was a good figure. I do like it. Favorite this year is my 72 Godzilla. It is a really, really nice 72 Godzilla. And it does make my best of the year, but oddly enough, I feel like I didn't put it up on my shelf that I have all my stuff on. Huh. That is an oversight. I just missed it. So we'll see. Favorite is a pre-evolved Godzilla form. From which one? I do not do stop motions. I've had multiple folks ask me that over the years, but yeah, stop motion is just, like, here's the thing. This is going to be part of like a Let's Talk video I'm going to have at some point that I've been trying to do. But just because, I review Godzilla toys, this doesn't make it an overall Godzilla channel. And not every person doing this stuff, does everything. Like you don't have to be a photographer. You don't have to be a stop motion person. You don't have to review the movies. You do you. I consider myself a reviewer and a toy reporter. That's what I do here. And there's like little other things that I like to do, that I like to show, like the organizing stuff, vlogs. But other than that, it's just, you got to draw the line somewhere, and stop motion is definitely something I just don't have, I just don't have time for, Any line are you holding yourself from getting? I want to get the Jada. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. I started getting the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. And if you saw my walkthrough from NYCC, I showed the booth at Jada, and that's one line I stopped getting just because, you know, I had to stop getting something. But it is so awesome. And Chun-Li is on my best of the year list right now. I don't know if she makes it overall, but she is on there. Great figure. That is definitely something that I would love to get that I stopped getting. So I'm gonna say that one as well, because just because I was getting it out, and I had to stop getting it. I had to stop getting something, and that's one line that I would definitely be getting, because I was a big Street Fighter 2 player, like when that first came out a long time ago, like huge, and all the, you know, the few games after that. So yeah, I love that. I was loving what I was getting, but it was definitely something I had to stop. Evolved King's favorites are Shima Godzilla 21. Cannot wait for the redo of that. Pre-evolved Godzilla from HIYA and evolved Godzilla from Shima. Did you get the evolved Godzilla from Shima yet? Because I don't think anybody has that in hand yet here. So you can't say something, I'm very particular about this, but you can't say something is a favorite until you have something in hand. Like, I'm very adamant about that. Because it's a whole different ball game. Once you get something in hand, you don't know if you're going to have problems with it, QC problems, whatever. So I always say, unless you have something in hand, it cannot be a favorite. Nathan, I have another question. What if you re-review the SAH Monster Shin Godzilla video, which was my first Godzilla review, I think, on the channel. I have too much to review to re-review anything. I don't go back. I look forward, guys. I don't go backwards. You know, although other than going into the backlog, because I haven't opened a lot of that stuff, most of that stuff. So I don't really go back, and if I reviewed something, that is the review. That is the review at the time that I wanted to review it. To re-review stuff, kind of, it will negate something I don't want to negate. Like, I don't want to do that, you know? So I don't try to go backwards. I don't believe in, like, oh, it's not cool enough, it doesn't look good, I want to redo that. No. Like, this journey is about progression and how you get from point A to point B. And I want that history. I want those bad reviews that I did to be there as part of my history. I don't want to redo anything, you know? Vinny's favorites is the amazing Yamaguchi and Revoltech Age of Venom. Very, very cool. I will be looking forward to seeing your top 10 of the year, sir. Gar, and besides the 72, I have to say -1 is close to the 72 movie monster. Very cool. What do you think of Henry Cavill joining the live-action Voltron cast? Well, it depends on what he's doing. Like, if he's Zarkon, I'm all for it. But like I want the pilots to be like youngsters, you know, like I do. So I don't know how I felt about that. It'll bring some name recognition, but I hope he's the bad guy. I hope he's Zarkon. Honestly. You haven't bought a toy in 2.5 years. Oh my gosh. Have I been to Zinnia? I have not. I don't know what that is. Number 2 for me is movie Monster Series Monster on vinyl. It's so nice. It is a nice vinyl, isn't it? What happened? Team Rod? I'm kind of annoyed that I just bought the Shima Mechagodzilla 21 and only for a few months they released about it. Yeah, it happens. That's the thing. It happens. You know, the new one does look great, but there's nothing wrong with the original. The original is fantastic. I really love this, so don't worry about it. Disney's Dinosaur from 2000, I believe I have. Oh, you bought the total anime Chainsaw Man for 17, and I'm amazed how well it was made and all the accessories it came with. I kind of want to get that, but I think I'm probably going to skip it. Yeah, I've heard good things, but the one total anime figure I did get, the Midoriya, I didn't like, so it was one of those things. I cannot. I wish I was able to Guardians Robot, TFCon in Baltimore. Yeah, man, I wish I was able to go. I have family down there as well, and maybe I can go. I don't know. Maybe I can go to Baltimore this weekend. Let's keep that in mind. I forgot the TFCon is there. I haven't been to TFCon ever, and I really want to go. Mecha some of my favorites so far for me are the SH Monster Space Godzilla, the new one. Cool. Reaction Skeleton Godzilla. I did not get that, but I would like to get. That's cool that you got the Paradigms Optimus reissue. That's a great figure. I'm glad they re-released that for folks. Also wanted the Legacy Menasor at some point. Man, I wanted to get that, but for some reason I just didn't get it. The OG Transformers movie is incredible. Like, I love it. Super Mario Zilla, I usually wait till I get figures after Christmas before I do top 10. Yeah, I mean, I as a rule, I don't do, like, if anybody that follows the channel knows this, I always do my best of the year is my first real video of next year. Always is my New Year's Day tradition is my best of the previous year. Like, I go right to the very end because and there's been times where I've reviewed stuff on December 31st and it's made my top 10, made my tops overall. Favorite Ultraman Kaiju is probably Gomora, you know. Is there a action figure I regret purchasing? Yes. And it's actually, I'm planning to review it real soon. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I will say it. It is the Dark Voltron that's a knockoff of the Soul of Chogokin Voltron. And I never got to review it because it was just so annoying and I just hated it. And I was like annoyed that I spent my money on it because where I spent my money on it was even more expensive than I've seen it after that. So it's kind of like annoying overall. So yeah. Do I know the Muffin Man? I don't know. I meant to click this one. Speaking of Transformers, I saw TF1 recently and I loved it, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Transformers 1 was absolutely incredible. Highly, highly recommended. Such a great movie, such a great Transformers movie, but a great movie in general. You do not have to be a Transformers fan to see it because it's the very beginning. So it is fantastic. Vinny makes it, yeah, I mean, that's a great way to go too. I know some folks that wait until like later in January. I know some folks that do it earlier in December, which is odd to me because there's figures that, you know, people get at around Christmas time, you know, like that might make it. So, you know, what's my favorite Godzilla movie of all time? It is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. It was Terror of Mechagodzilla for the longest time, but like I realized the music in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 74 is just so good that it's just like, you know, it is what it is. What does my wife think of my toy collecting? Oh, you know, she's still married to me, so that she wishes I spent less on it, though, for sure. And I'll leave it at that. Now, we are over an hour, and it is time to do our thing. The only problem is, with this free version of StreamYard, I can't pop up the screen, but you'll have to trust me that I'm putting everybody's name in a wheel of names. But last call before I spin the wheel. Last call to enter the Kong giveaway. Type Kong yes in the chat if you haven't yet. So last call on that. But just to go over, I will name everybody's name. Lady Draco, you're in. Luke Ketz, Joseph Michaels, Lady Draco, Ash Ketchum, Justin Dardar, Ghost Tav, Super Mario Zilla, David Rael, Team ROG, Fred Bear, Nathan Powell, Garzilla, Crashman, Evolved King, and Gojisaurus Reviews. If I didn't name you and you had put in Kong Yes, please say it right now, because I am not scrolling all the way back up to recheck this, but those are the names I have for this giveaway. So I will wait for a second for that. What am I going to do for Godzilla's special 70th birthday? Good question. I should do something special on the channel. Maybe me and Ultrazilla Jr. will have some sort of countdown of some sort. Maybe our favorite Godzilla toys. You guys like to see that? An overall favorite Godzilla toys top 10? Maybe we'll do something like that. Right? Yeah, so anyway, the free version doesn't have a way for me to pop up a different screen. It is totally different from, it used to have it, I think. But it is what it is. All right, guys, well, I'm going to spin the name. You're going to have to trust me that I'm going to say the proper thing. Yes, Joseph, you are in. You are in. Like I said, if I want, I will once again go over the names. It is Luke Ketz, Joseph Michaels, Lady Draco, Ash Ketchum, Justin Dardar, Ghost Tav, Super Mario Zilla, David Riel, Team ROG, Fred Bear, Nathan Powell, Garzilla 71, Crashman 27, Evolve King, and Gojisaurus Reviews. Maybe I could do something where yes, this is what I will hopefully do. That may work out for us. Let me see. Can I? Okay. Well, I can't do that. I can't even show you guys a single picture. That's silly. But at least we could talk, and at least I could pop up your names, right? This used to be different. Let me tell you. They used to do this differently. They used to have see, I could load a video file, but not a. No, I can't even do like a screenshot. That stinks. Anyway. All right, guys, here we go. You will have to trust me. I think if you're here, you do trust me. So let's do it. Wheel of Names is what I'm using. Wheelofnames.com, by the way, is what I'm using to randomize the names. I am going to spin it right this second. So good luck, everyone. Here we go. It is spinning. It is currently spinning. All right, we have a winner. We have a winner, and it is, drum roll please, it's Team ROG. Team ROG, you are the winner. You now have about I don't know, I'll give it a couple of minutes for you to acknowledge that you won here, that you're still here. If not, I'm going to spin it once again. So if you're hey, there you are, Team ROG. Very, very, very cool. No, Team ROG won. There you go. That is the winner. Very awesome, Team ROG. Team Rogue One Gaming. That's awesome. So what you gotta do now is email me, and I will put it up in here in the chat at ultrazillatoys@yahoo.com. There you go. So email me there, Team ROG, and we will chat about how to get you this figure. Let me know where you live, your address, and all that. yeah, you know, if you can, Team ROG, can you, if, let me see if I could, hold on. Team ROG. Very cool, Team ROG. Yeah, email me, and then we will you know, get you a nice Kong Skull Island, totally sealed. I had gotten one of these early from AliExpress, and then my pre-order went through at BBTS like right after that, so I was like, oops. But still, there you go, guys. That is the end of the stream. If you guys have any like final questions, I really appreciate everybody joining me. Like I said, I thought this was going to happen a little sooner, but it took a little longer. I'm fine with it as long as we got here, and as long as we keep going. You know, next big one is 20K, and that's a really big one, and I'm really like, you know, hoping we get there as soon as, you know, sooner than later. So, yeah, it's Nathan, relax. You've been a good boy. Relax. It is okay. There's only it could be only one, guys, but I appreciate everybody entering and Team ROG. You know, you know, thank you. And yeah, send me that email as soon as you can, and we will talk about it. All right. But there you go, guys. We will end it there. Thanks again. Thanks for chatting. A lot of really great questions here in the chat. Really enjoyed this one. This was very, very cool. And, you know, hopefully we do it again sooner than later. My computer stayed alive throughout, which is great. I don't want to use this, you know, laptop for much else, but if I could do this stuff through it more often, I will try to do it again soon. All right, guys. Thanks again. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.